Hey guys, I'm T and welcome to the channel. Today's tutorial is soft, sweet, and a little flirty. We're making a crochet tank top with dainty bow tie straps, a fold over neckline, and a fitted rib body that's both lightweight and flattering. It's feminine, easy to style, and just the right mix of cute and polished. If you're new here, welcome. I share modern crochet patterns and tutorials every Wednesday and Sunday, so tell a friend, tap the bell, and subscribe so you never miss an upload. And if you enjoy the video, give it a big thumbs up or 2 thumbs down if you don't. Either way, it's a great way to support the channel and help keep these tutorials free. So without further ado, here's how to make your own bow strap fold over crochet tank. For this project, any category 4 yarn will work, but I used a total of 180 grams of yarn. That's 405 yards if you're stateside. As for tools, a 5mm hook, scissors, stitch markers, and a tape measure. There is a written pattern down below. Use offer code TCDDIY for a discount off any $9.99 plus order, and stick to the end of the video to hear about this week's pattern giveaway. We're using 4 stitches for this project, and they'll be as follows: chain, slip stitch, single crochet, half double crochet, and double crochet. This tutorial is made for a size small. You can adjust it for your size and explain how to in the video, so let's get started. Getting this top started, we're all going to grab our category 4 yarn and make a slip knot. Then we're all going to grab our 5mm hook and start off by making a chain that starts 1 inch underneath our underarm down to like the bottom of this top to be, so cropped or full length. I would like for mine to be a little bit longer, so I'm going to start by making a chain 60, that's just 14 inches or 36 centimeters. I already have the body portion of my piece completed, so I'm just going to be doing a small sample size with you. Now that we have our chain, we're going to do a half double crochet row. Start by blocking off that last chain and do a chain 2. That chain 2 doesn't count as a stitch, that's our turning chain. Then yarn over, preparing for a half double crochet. Into that chain that we blocked off, or the 3rd chain from our hook, we're going to bring our hook down, in through that chain, pull through to get 3 loops on our hook, then yarn over, pull through all 3. That is our first half double crochet. Let's do this once more. Yarn over, into that following chain, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 3, and from here continue with 1 half double crochet into every chain. Everyone's row 1 is complete. Now to get started on our row 2, which will be a back loop slip stitch row, we're all going to chain 1, that is our turning chain, and flip our work. Starting with our first stitch from our previous row, we're going to insert our hook into that back loop, or the loop that's furthest away from us, yarn over, and gently pull through everything on our hook. Again, into that next stitch's back loop, yarn over, pull through everything, and from here continue with 1 back loop slip stitch into every stitch. And just as a really quick tip, when we're pulling through, make sure we're not pulling through too tightly, otherwise the following row will be too tight to work into. We've made our way down with our row 2. Now it's going to be a repeat between a back loop half, back loop slip stitch row for the entirety of the width of the body. So to get started on our row 3, we're going to chain 2, that's our turning chain, and flip. Then we're going to put 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch. So yarn over. Into that first stitch's back loop, or the loop that's furthest away from us, insert, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 3, again, yarn over. Next stitch's back loop, pull through 3. Continue with 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch. Then the following row is 1 back loop slip stitch into every stitch. From here, we're going to repeat these 2 previous rows with no increases and no decreases until we have a portion that can now stretch, because it does have a decent amount of stretch to it, around our body, making sure that right underneath our underbust, so roughly where an underwire would lay, can touch each other. We want to make sure that that portion is easily seamed up, because we are going to add more width to the bust when we get there as well. Once we have that, I will meet everyone back right after a half double crochet row and we can seam it all up together. I have just completed the width of my body panel. Now I have a total of 75 rows. This width is just about 18 inches or 46 centimeters unstretched. Now from here, we're going to seam everything up. So we're going to flip our work over and then we're going to fold it in half, making sure that the ribbing is along the outside. So what we're going to do is seam up the body, and then we're going to add more width for the bust. So we're going to want to make sure that our hook is in through the bottom. Then we're going to wrap this around ourselves, and starting from the bottom, so from where the hook is, we're going to pinch all the way up until it gets a little bit too tight, and then we're just going to seam it up to that point and then add width to the bust. So from the bottom, I've inserted my stitch marker into the 41st stitch from the bottom. This is just about 8.5 inches or 22 centimeters. Now from here, we're going to insert our hook into the bottom corner stitch of both the front and the back panel. So now that our hook is in through both the corner stitches, we're going to pull our working yarn through and do a chain up of 1 to secure. Now we're going to do an outside loop slip stitch seam to make it look like another back loop slip stitch row. So finding that first stitch into the front panel, we're going to insert only in through that front loop. Then next stitch into the back panel, insert only in through that back loop. When we have these 3 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. Once more, next stitch into the front panel, insert only into that front loop. Into the back panel, insert only into that back loop. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. We're just going to continue on with our outside loop slip stitch seam, making our way all the way up. Once we reach our stitch marker, do a chain up of 1 and cut, then I'll meet you back. So we've just completed our back seam. Now we're going to add more width for the bust. So how we're going to do that is make sure that our work is still flipped right side out, right side up. Then looking at the back, we're all going to insert our hook into the top left corner stitch of our opening that we have, and working our way down towards our seam that we just completed. We're going to be putting 1 back loop slip stitch into every stitch. I will meet everyone back when we have 2 stitches left right before our seam. We've made our way down with our back loop slip stitches, leaving 2 stitches right before our seam. Now we're going to do a decrease of 2 back loop slip stitches. Now into that second to last back loop, insert your hook, yarn over, pull through. Into that last back loop, insert your hook. When we have these 3 loops on our hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Now we do need a middle stitch, and that's going to be 1 single crochet into the top of that seam. So we're just going to find a loop that we have into the top of that seam. It's not an exact stitch, we're just going to find one, insert with a single crochet. That is our middle stitch. Make sure that we're inserting a stitch marker into the top of that single crochet so we know where the middle is. Now that our stitch marker is into our middle stitch, working our way up the other side of our opening, start it with a decrease of 2 back loop slips again. So into that next stitch's back loop, insert, pull through, next stitch's back loop, insert. When we have these 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 of those loops, and from here continue with 1 back loop slip into the rest of our stitches. Our first back loop slip stitch row is completed. Now we're going to do a back loop half double crochet row. So from where we're at, chain 2, flip our work. Put 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch, leaving 3 stitches right before our middle stitch. We made our way down with our back loop halves, leaving 1, 2, 3 stitches right before our middle stitch. Now we're going to do a decrease of 3 back loop halves. Yarn over, into that next stitch's back loop, pull through. Into that next stitch's back loop, pull through, then also into that next stitch's back loop, pull through for a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on our hook, then yarn over and pull through all 5 of our loops. That is our decrease of 3 back loop half double crochets. Into that middle stitch, we're all going to put 1 back loop half double crochet and insert our stitch marker into the top of that stitch. Our middle stitch is completed. Now working our way up the other side, starting with a decrease of 3 back loop halves again, yarn over, into that next stitch's back loop, pull through. Next stitch's back loop, pull through, next stitch's back loop, pull through, again for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 loops on our hook, then yarn over, pull through all 5, and complete the row with 1 back loop half into the rest of our stitches. We have just completed our back loop half double crochet row. From here, we are now going to repeat these 2 previous rows until this portion gives us the extra width that we need so that it can wrap around our bust. The only difference is that our back loop slip stitch row, instead of being a single crochet for our middle stitch, is just going to be a back loop slip stitch. Everything else is the same though. Go ahead and continue to repeat these 2 previous rows, then I'll meet everyone back right after a half double crochet row so that we can seam it up together. We are back. I have just completed my bust fill-in portion. I just completed a total of 4 rows. Now we're going to seam it up the same way that we seamed up the body. So just to talk you guys through it, making sure that our work is flipped right side out, right side up, we're going to insert our hook into the corner stitch of both the front and the back panel, do our same exact outside loop slip stitch seam till we don't have any more stitches left to work into. When we don't, do a chain up of 1 and cut, then I'll meet you back. So we have just completed seaming up the bust portion. Now we're going to work on the fold. We're all going to have to do a single crochet row first. So making sure that our work is still flipped right side out, right side up. We're going to insert our hook into the last stitch that we have into the bust seam, which is along the top, and we're just going to single crochet along the outer edge. We're going to insert our yarn onto our hook, pull through, and do a chain up of 1 to secure. Then what we're going to do is 2 single crochet into every side half, 1 single crochet into every side slip. So finding our first top loop within our next side half double crochet row, we're going to insert into there with 2 single crochets. So there is 1 into that same top loop with a second. Now into our following side row, which is a side slip stitch row, we're going to find that top loop and insert with just 1. And that's it. Let's do this again. Into that next side half double crochet row, we're going to insert with 2 single crochets. Then into the top of that side slip stitch row, find that top loop and insert with just 1. We're going to continue doing this, making our way all the way around. Now the total amount of stitches that we should have needs to be in an even number, so into that last side row, if it's an odd, go ahead and just add an extra single crochet into that last side row. Then slip stitch into that chain space. Now as a really quick tip, this single crochet row is going to be as wide as this portion can stretch. So once when it's completed, try your piece on. If it's a little too tight, reduce some stitches with a looser grip, or if it's too loose, reduce some stitches with a tighter grip. Then I'll meet you back. Our single crochet row along the top of our piece is completed. Now, right after we've slip stitched into that chain space, we're all going to make a chain the length that we like for the fold portion to be. I'd like for my fold to cover my bust, so I'm going to start by making a chain 18, that's just about 4 inches or 10 centimeters. Now that we have our chain, we're all going to block off that last chain and do a chain 3. Now that chain 3 doesn't count as a stitch, that's our turning chain. From here, yarn over into that chain that we blocked off, or the 4th chain from our hook, insert with a double crochet. So we're going to pull through to get 3 loops on our hook, then yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Once more, yarn over into that next chain, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Continue with 1 double crochet into every chain. So we've made our way up with our double crochets. Now we're going to connect it into the base. Now connecting our first row into the base, we're going to count up the next 2 available stitches. There's 1, there's 2. Now looking at the top of our stitches, we are going to have 2 loops to work into. We're going to want to work into the loop that's nearest to the outside of our piece. So just making sure that our work is slipped right side out. We're going to insert our hook in through that loop that's nearest to the outside with a slip stitch. So insert, yarn over, and pull through everything. Now that slip stitch into the base doesn't actually count as a stitch, that's just to connect. Then we need to work our way up to the following row as well. So into the following 2 stitches, in through that outside slip stitch with 1, that following outside slip stitch with a second. Remember, none of those slip stitches into the base count as a stitch, and flip our work. Now we're going to work our way down with 1 back loop double crochet into every stitch. So yarn over into that first stitch from our previous row, not working into any of those slip stitches into the base. We're going to insert into that back loop, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2. Again, yarn over. Next stitch is back loop with a back loop double crochet, and from here continue with 1 back loop double crochet into every stitch. At the end of the row, chain 3, flip our work, put 1 back loop double crochet into every stitch again, then I'll meet you back at the end of our row 3. We have just completed our first 3 rows. Now we're going to connect it into the base again, just as a refresher. So connecting our odd number row, we're going to count up 1, count up 2. Into that outside loop, we're going to insert with a slip stitch. Remember, that doesn't count as a stitch, that's just to connect. Then to work our way up to the following row, slip stitch up the following 2 stitches into that outside loop. Flip our work and repeat. From here, we're going to continue with our 2 previous rows, no increases, no decreases, making our way all the way around. When we don't have any more stitches left to work into, I'll meet you back so we can seam it up together. We've just made our way around with our fold portion. Now we don't have any more stitches left in the base to work into, so now we're going to seam it together. So we're going to start by flipping our fold wrong side out, so go ahead and just flip it up, then we're going to do a single crochet seam. Now this single crochet seam is actually going to be done exactly the same way. It doesn't matter if you're starting the seam along the base or along the outer edge. What we're going to do is just insert our hook into the first stitch into the front and the first stitch into the back and pull our working yarn through. We're then going to chain 1 to secure, then just find that first stitch into the front panel, insert, first stitch into the back panel, insert, and single crochet. And once more, first stitch into the front, first stitch into the back, single crochet, and just continue doing this until we don't have any more stitches left to work into. When we don't, do a chain up of 1 and cut, then I'll meet you back so we can get started on our strap prep. So now that our fold seam is completed, we're just going to prep for our strap. So what we're going to do is make sure that our work is flipped right side out. So we just folded our fold down, making sure that the seam for the fold is along the inside. Then we're going to insert our hook into the stitch that we have that's nearest to the fold seam, which is also nearest to the bust seam. Then we're going to put one slip stitch into every back loop that we left for ourselves, making our way all the way around. So once we have inserted our yarn onto our hook, we're going to chain one. So now finding our first available stitch, these are the back loops that we have left for ourselves. So just finding that first one, we're going to insert our hook into that available stitch, yarn over, pull through everything. Again, next stitch is back loop, pull through everything, next stitch is available loop, pull through everything, and just continue doing this, making our way all the way around. Once we are going to slip stitch into that chain space and do a chain up of one and cut. And just as another really quick tip, this slip stitch row is going to be as wide as this portion can stretch. So once one is completed, again, try our piece on. If it's a little too tight, we do some stitches with a looser grip, or if it's too loose, we do some stitches with a tighter grip. Then I'll meet you back. So we have just completed our slip stitch row along the top to help us prep for our straps. Now before we do anything else, we're going to need to insert our stitch markers just so we know where everything is going to sit. So we're all going to start with our tail end. That is going to be where our fold and our bust seam is. Now that is going to be at our underarm portion just so we can help hide our seams. So go ahead and insert your stitch marker into the first and into the last stitch that is nearest to the tail ends. Then from here, we're going to insert our stitch markers into our two middle stitches from these two stitches. And for those of you that have my numbers, I had a total of 126 stitches. So my two middle stitches is going to be my 63rd and 64th stitch. So counting just from one of my stitch markers, I'm going to insert my next stitch markers into those two middle stitches. Then from here, we're going to try our piece on, making sure that our stitch markers are staying at our underarm. Then we're going to insert our following stitch markers into the stitches where we'd like for the strap to be. Now, counting from my side stitch marker stitches, making sure I'm including those stitches, I inserted my stitch markers into the 18th stitch in, and I did that on both ends on both sides. Then from here, we're going to insert our hook into our back panel strap stitch marker stitch. Now the front and the back do look the same, so just pick one. I'm going to insert my hook into my strap stitch marker stitch. Then from here, just make a chain that can reach up and over our shoulder, plus some extra slack as well so that we can tie it in the front and have a cute little bow. Now, I already measured mine out. I need roughly 23 inches or 60 centimeters because I would like for a longer bow. So I'm going to make a chain 100. Once when the chain is completed, we aren't going to connect it into any stitches on the other side. So just do a chain up of one and cut once when that's completed. Then I will meet you guys back. So we are back. I have just completed making my chain. Now we're going to basically repeat. So because I would like for two straps to be coming out of the same loop, once when I completed one chain, I inserted my hook into that same stitch that our stitch marker's in, or the previous chain, and just made a chain for the same amount of chains that I previously made. Then, making sure I'm still working into the back panel, I repeated the same thing into that following strap stitch marker stitch. Now from here, what we're going to do in order to tie it to the front, we're going to flip our work over, and all I'm going to do is take the two straps on one side and pull both of them through the strap stitch marker stitch within the front panel. And now that both the straps are into that stitch marker stitch, once we have that on and we have the height of everything that we want, I'm just going to tie these two ends into a bow, then repeat on the other side. And now that everything is all set into place, we are all done. The last thing we have to do is simply weave in all of our ends. And there you have it. Hope you'll enjoy the tutorial. Enter this week's pattern giveaway by telling us the show you're currently watching. I'm watching Naruto for the first time. Details for the giveaway down below. Join us on Instagram, Pinterest, or Twitter. Those links are down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Catch you on the next one. Bye.